What's going on, everybody? I love this song. Every time I hear this song, it reminds me of Fridays. And Smokey driving down the street in a drop-top Pinto. What's happening, everybody? You got your boy coming to you live and direct. All right, downtown Las Vegas. Y'all already know we down here on Fremont Street. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. It's Saturday evening, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. All right, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is time for Unsigned Hype Radio Show, the podcast, y'all. Y'all already know. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how I get down. So, of course, you know already. Share the show. Share the show. Y'all know this is how we do it every weekend. Share the show. And thank you for sharing the show. You know what I'm saying? Thank you to everybody out there that's been supporting this, that's been riding with this, that's been believing in this, and that's been sharing this and telling a friend, bringing a friend, letting everybody know that your boy is on every Saturday at 5 o'clock. We go live at 5. That's my little moniker. You know what I'm saying? We go live at 5, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I sound like the MSNBC News or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, y'all already know the number, 702-608-3259. I'm going to say that again, 702-608-3259. You know what I mean? Hit me up. Y'all can start calling. Y'all probably call it now. I know y'all and everything. Hit me up. Let me know what's going on out there. Big shout out to the hieroglyphics out there, my man Ken Blizzard. You know what I'm saying? I will definitely be in the building. They'll be at the Brooklyn Bowl tomorrow night. And this will be the first time me seeing the hieroglyphics perform. Okay? So we'll make sure I get that exclusive. You know what I'm saying? My man King Jeter is in town. Everybody is in town. We got my man KOKANE coming. You know what I'm saying? So we got a good show prepared for y'all today. Of course, like I said, of course, if you see this, all right, you know, I got my copy. Did you get yours? You know what I'm saying? I got mine autographed. I don't know about you, but I got my copy. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna be up in here, you know what I'm saying? And we got a very, very special guest coming with him, because everybody is in town this weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's a big awards ceremony going on, so everybody's doing their thing. It's parties going on out here. Drea's is popping. Everybody's in town. The Lil Waynes, the 2 Chainz, you know what I'm saying? The Cardi B's and everything. This is Las Vegas, Nevada, y'all. We gets it in out here. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, like I said, y'all share the show. Share the show. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to all my, you know, for all my mentally disturbed people out there. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know, like I tell y'all, you know, I deal with anxiety and some other things, stuff like that there. And I know some people out there that do the same thing, that go through the same things that I go through. They go through the same weeks that I go. Some days our days is good. Some days our days is bad. Some days our days ain't shit. Okay? It's some days we don't even get out of the bed. You know what I'm saying? So for those people out there that have those days, you know what I'm saying? Hit the 800 number if you can't get in touch with me, because you know I'll talk to you. You know I'll run my mouth and this and the other. So if you can't get in touch with me, hit the 1-800 number at 800-273-8255. All right? That's 800-273-8255. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how I get. You know what I mean? And you're dealing with depression and stuff. And we try and turn to our so-called people, our good friends that's supposed to be there for us, and they'll do some dumb shit like laugh at us or put us on hold. Ain't that some shit? You telling a person, man, I'm thinking about taking this bottle of pills, and they go, hold on, I'll call you right back. You hold on too, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna hold on, because they said they're gonna call me back. Don't hold on. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Call somebody else, do something else and everything. Get up and get out of the house, all right? Get up, get out, and get into something. Don't let the days of your life pass by. You need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't spend all your time trying to get high. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to all my people out there that's listening. So listen, I'm about to get my watch party started. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, y'all can hit me up 702-680-3259. You know what I'm saying? I am excited. It is a hell of a weekend. It is a beautiful day out here in Las Vegas, Nevada. I think today was like 80-something degrees, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a beautiful day out here, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We go open up the phone lines, this, that, and the other. Y'all know how to get in touch with me. We getting ready to start this watch party, so make sure y'all got any questions, any concerns. Our topic for this evening, all right, and you know we always have a topic. Our topic for this evening is imposters and dick riders. Is there any originality left in the music industry these days? I'm gonna say that again. Imposters, dick riders. Is there any originality left in the music industry these days? And the only reason why I brung that up, because I know me and Quan were sitting here talking and this and the other. You know what I'm saying? I share with him how much I have matured since I started Unsigned Hype. Because every time I pop up or every time I look around, somebody's coming with an unsigned something. Unsigned Hype this, Unsigned Hype that, and this, that, and the other. And it would get me upset. It would piss me off, you know, because I kind of felt, I guess I kind of felt like the Little Richard of this, you know what I'm saying? I'm the emancipator. Shut up. Nobody ain't never done nothing for me. They ain't never gave me no, they took my wop, babaloo, babala, bam, boom. They never gave me no trophy or nothing like that. They ain't never gave me no interviews and everything like that until I got older, until I was like, all right, then, don't make a difference. You can rock Unsigned Hype all you want. As long as you ain't got me behind the microphone, your Unsigned Hype ain't gonna be shit. It ain't gonna be the same, you know what I'm saying? Because I am the one that can do this damn thing. Now see, I got people coming in, falling in, they come through the door and everything. He don't think I see him out of my peripheral vision and everything. Shout out to my man John Floss. Standing in the doorway. He just appeared up out of nowhere. Y'all gotta stop that shit. That ghost type shit appearing up and you know what I'm saying? What the fuck and everything, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So, like I said, today's topic, imposters, dick riders. Is there no originality left in the music industry these days? All right, we're gonna get into that. And like I said, you know, that's because a lot of times I see a lot of Unsigned Hype shit going on and this, that, and the other. But like I said, if you ain't got me behind it, it ain't Unsigned Hype. It ain't gospel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can do all the showcases y'all want. But until you get this voice that can go live and direct from Las Vegas, Nevada, it's just another show. You know what I'm saying? So listen, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna be right back. And we gonna get into some, let's get into that Praying for Vegas. My man Foolish P, Johnny Boy, and Too True. You know what I'm saying? Here on Unsigned Hype Radio Show, the podcast, y'all. Share the show. We'll be right back.
Praying for Vegas.
A woman and 7-year-old child were inside the apartment at the time.
I'm praying for Vegas, cause we cannot sleep. I'm hoping all my homies safe and make it out them streets. Ducking bullets and watching for them crooked police. And asking God why my city can never have peace.
Every night before I go to sleep, I pray for Vegas. Too many haters hating, ain't no motivation. They never lead us to lead us because the enemy feed us nothing but lies. And they feel my overhate. Show me your hands, good.
570's down. No movement. We're gonna need additional units.
Lies to murder, I wonder why we taking each other under instead of getting paid. Why do we hate on one another? We come for the same struggle, this swamp river Vegas. Lord, please save us. The younger generation got the morals outrageous, and the pop-off is dangerous. While we claiming to be gangsters, they the real gangsters. And it's time to get police brutality is our reality. I gotta be a better way to change this society. The BGs and the YGs, their mind is made up. That's why I stay prayed up for Vegas.
for Vegas, cause we cannot sleep. I'm hoping all my homies safe and make it out them streets. They ducking bullets and watching for them crooked police. And asking God why my city can never have peace. Yeah, I'm praying for Vegas, cause we cannot sleep. I'm hoping all my homies safe and make it out them streets. They ducking bullets and watching for them crooked police. And asking God why my city can never have peace.
7 shootings on the rise, got the victim traumatized. Gambler, murder, suicide, that's why I pray at night. They let it go at stoplights. Look at the kid be blind, causing baby homicides. Damn, why can't we ever have peace? Why can't we better these streets? It's like a never-ending curse, a virus we cannot defeat. Yeah, best to be alive to speak the kids in the community. Open up, let us speak while these haters mad at me. Rapping was my decision when I first got out of prison. I released threats to society nationwide, so they listen. Been through the struggle. If you're feeling lost, let my music be your puzzle. Not so many homies, so I pray before I sleep. And I'm asking God, can my city have peace?
I'm praying for Vegas, cause we cannot sleep. I'm hoping all my homies safe and make it out them streets. They ducking bullets and watching for them crooked police. And asking God why my city can never have peace. Yeah, I'm praying for Vegas, cause we cannot sleep. I'm hoping all my homies safe and make it out them streets. They ducking bullets and watching for them crooked police. And asking God why my city can never have peace.
Side, west side, north town, hidden low, Route 91, Vegas strong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was my man, Foolish P, and Johnny Boy, Too True, and everything, praying for Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Damn, I should have got me some damn water and everything like that. But listen, y'all, like I said, we getting these watch parties started. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody that's watching the show. Like I said, share the show. We got my man sitting and still standing here in the doorway. You might as well come on in, John. Come on in and sit down, man, and everything. Yeah, I'm positive. Don't worry about it. You good? You good? You good? You know, we always go show that love, man. You know what I'm saying, and everything and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting my watch party started and everything, man. I know you're out here doing the damn thing. Y'all got to excuse me. That's a bad habit that I do. When we get on here, I sit here and I talk to y'all and I look down at my phone and everything like that. Y'all have to forgive me. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to get this watch party started. You know what I'm saying? It is Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing their thing. I know y'all got barbecue going on. Parks, doing things with the kids. Of course, like I said, we got everybody and their mama out here in Las Vegas this weekend. They're expecting over 500,000 people in the Las Vegas this weekend. So we're going to be pretty busy. You know what I'm saying? But what's going on, Floss?
Oh, you know, doing a little propaganda here around the corner and whatnot. Vegas is popping tonight or this weekend.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes it is. Yes it is, man. Yes it is. I know around about this time is when a lot of people do a lot of shows and things, you know, during the holiday.
Right.
Kind of explain, man, to these artists, man, how important it is to get out on days like this, get out here and grind.
Oh, yeah.
Get out here and rub the elbows and meet the people, you know what I'm saying, and make yourself known.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You got to remember, even John Gotti knew how to work the media and do promotions, and that's a real gangster.
Right, exactly.
So back to you know, what you were just saying. Yeah, no, you got to get out there, man. You gotta let the people know. You gotta let the city know you're out here. You ain't just an entity that puts out music. You're a real artist. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta rub your rub shoulders with everybody. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do that type of thing. Politicking like a politician.
That's right. That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
That's right. Or politicking.
You
know what I'm saying? And everything. You know what I mean? But y'all got to get out here and you got to build that fan base. You have to get out here and you got to beat that pavement. You got to get out here and share your music. And there's so many avenues right now to get your music heard, to share your music and everything. I just found another avenue the other day. They just turned me on to it. I didn't write it down. It's like a Song Quest or something like that.
Yeah.
They're making sure that everybody's getting their royalties. Now, if y'all don't understand what's really going on in the music industry, they're trying to make sure that the everyday artists get they just due.
Definitely.
They're trying to make sure that if you're going to sit at home and if you're going to do your music from your computer, upload it to a certain site, pay your $9.95, $10 a month, they're going to make sure that it gets heard around the world.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to put you in all the digital media, social media sites and connections. You just have to push your product.
Exactly.
Now, the one thing that kind of gets me is you get the opportunity and you don't push your product. That's why I'm talking about what we're talking about today. Originality. You have to learn how to do something different in this industry to stand out from everybody else. That's why I make sure that I stand out from everybody else and all the other radio stations. Shout out to all the other radio stations. I don't knock them, not at all. Mad respect. You know what I'm saying? I know I've probably been doing it a little bit longer and everything, but mad respect because y'all out there doing y'all thing. You know what I mean? All I just say is we need to support each other more. That's radio stations, promoters, and especially local artists.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So I mean, you understand any of that of what I'm saying? Am I talking crazy or anything like that or something?
No, definitely. And then also too, if I'm not mistaken, beginning next tax season, they're making it a legal job for you to put out your music through these sites and use it on your taxes and use that as a real
write-off.
Yes. Old Trump in his wisdom of business, that he does have, we all agree he has that. He started a little bill that went into play here recently where, like you said, the common artist that's at home releasing music can use that as a legitimate job and file taxes on that.
Right.
Which means whatever you put in that year for however many singles or songs you release, even if you do it from home, it's a home business, it's legit.
Yes.
You can write off your phone bill, you can write off your features. It's a lot of stuff that you can write off if you just do it right. So back to what you were saying, if you can put out this music and these people are getting your money and making sure you get your publishing, because like I said, Trump wants to make sure that independent business owners that release music get their royalties, get their just due. He wants to make sure that they get the amount that they're supposed to get for publishing, what they're supposed to get for the release, what you know, the whole scenario. And he wants that because he believes that there's so many people out there trying to do this that it's enough people for the revenues to matter in a tax bracket, or in a community or in a county or a state, you know, that type of thing. And there is. It's, if you got a city where you got maybe 5,000 artists all releasing music, doing business, that's 5,000 small businesses.
Yes, it is.
Even if they only make $1,000 a month. It's a lot of money. Yeah.
A small business. Now, just to kind of veer off from there, because I know we teach y'all the business here on Unsigned Hype Radio Show. We've been doing that. This is what I've been telling y'all as far as my home-based business. Now, you wonder why I started a home-based business and everything, because of I wanted to create generational wealth. I wanted to leave something for my kids. I wanted to teach my kids business. The best way that I felt to teach my kids business is to open a travel business, and we travel around the world and see different things in different parts of the world together. Now, if in any tax season, there are 450 tax write-offs. We here in America haven't even scratched the first 100 yet. There are 450 tax write-offs in a tax year, okay? My home-based business, which is a travel agent, travel business, Mobley Travel, I get to write off basically anything and everything Now he telling me that the music that I'm getting ready to release, I get to write that off too.
Right.
All right. Like he said, your phone bill. Another thing, don't mean to switch and jump and everything, because he done got my mind clicking now. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to credit repair.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys know that paying your rent on time goes towards your credit? Some of us doesn't even get accounted for it. So if you've been paying your rent for 2, 3, 4, 5 years straight without late fees, without being late or anything like that, we need to report that to your credit bureau. That will increase your credit score. Just because you are a renter, you are renting to own. And you are a renter that pays rent that gets accounted for at the end of the year. So, I mean, we could sit here and just kick the Willy Bobo back and forth about so much in this business, because there's so much and this business is so vast. This is the entertainment business. And it's so wide open right now to where you can become a millionaire sitting in front of your TV at home. Hear me on this. Y'all don't really understand the concept of what I'm telling y'all. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's how easy it is. So my thing is, how come there aren't enough business owners or entrepreneurs?
Ignorance of what to do, or nobody sat down and really explained to a lot of people, hey, just what you're doing with a menial amount of effort, you can get these things together and get it done.
Okay.
They don't even know that they can. So they don't even put out an effort to try and do certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I can think of. I mean, when something new and popping comes out, or the new challenge, you know, the whoopie wham challenge.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Everybody educates themselves so quick to what they're doing and whatnot. But with the music thing here, nobody's really sharing these type of things. There's no bottom level on this. Like he said, you with these small businesses, you can be a millionaire. You could be 100,000-aire like that. But there's no no bottom level. There's no in between. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it.
Right.
Either you have $0 coming in,
Right.
or you got thousands and hundreds of thousands,
Right.
Old Town Road money coming in.
Right. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
And on
Yes.
one single.
Yes. Yes. I seen that today.
Ownership, partnership, and ownership is mandatory. Running the business and running your music as a business is mandatory. Perfect example, like I said, just that song. He got his business partner
Right.
together. We all know who he is. They both put their book together and said, hey, let's do it. And the ownership is between those two people.
And the downloads is crazy, and the streams is crazy. And it's catchy because the little kids like it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I caught my daughter singing it. Oh, we're going to go on down to the Old Town Road.
Right.
We're going to ride. You know what I'm saying? And when I went and said Billy Ray Cyrus, I went, oh, shit. Okay. All right. Just his daughter alone brought in hundreds of millions and everything. What do you think this is going to do?
Right. What I think is, regardless of what the genre is, country music, hip hop, rock and roll, okay, the main focus of music in general, the main point of the art of music in general is that it's art. You put your emotions into it. You put your feelings. You put your whatever you go through in life, your turmoil, that's what makes hip hop so perfect, is because hip hop can be anything. It's like water, like Bruce Lee said, be like water.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so the version with Billy Cyrus, his original version, if you listen to it, he wrote that. Like the lyrics on that.
Right.
And I remember him in a little thing, he was saying that's how he felt when he had his big hit and he left Tennessee or wherever they were at, Nashville, and they moved to Hollywood and LA because Achy Breaky Heart was such this big hit. Right. And he said that's how he felt. Like, you know, I used to be this cowboy guy, and now I can't I got to buy a cowboy hat from Rodeo Drive.
Right.
I'm driving a Maserati, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's how.
Right.
Oh,
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
You know,
You
so
know what I'm saying?
it was all real though. What's up, baby? Oh man, you know.
So we all up in here. Everybody coming up in here. They rolling up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Come on
man, you
in, man.
already
Y'all
know.
come on in. Fill on in. What's going on, man? You all right? You all right?
Man, you know.
What's going on? What's going on, everybody?
You want me to move?
Oh, okay, yeah, Kokane, get over there and everything. Listen, we gonna get straight and everything. You wanna go? We gonna go to a break real quick and everything and get straight, and then we gonna get back later and everybody get situated and stuff like that. This is Unsigned Hype Radio Show, y'all. Y'all know how artists is. They come in and shit. They just roll on up in here and everything, you know. But this my man. This is my man KOKANE. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. In case y'all don't know, a sandwich ain't a sandwich unless it's got cocaine on it. And then, Mr. is, you know what I'm saying? So listen, man, we gonna take a break. We gonna be right back. Let's go to do we got Daddy Like Daughter queued up? Yes, sir. Unsigned Hype Radio, y'all. We'll be right back. Share the show. Share the show, y'all.
I taught you everything you know. Treat a nigga like a hoe. Young Colombiana, light-skinned Wakanda, ashing like Huey Newton, daughter hanging out the window. Somebody's shooting. I raised the killer on that microphone. Now my daughter is all grown.
I keep a deuce in my purse. I put a nigga in a fucking hearse. My daddy taught me how to put in work. He hated, but he taught me how to fucking curse. My mama taught me how to be sweet. She taught me beauty only skin deep. They say I'm pretty like a model, but let a bitch try me, I got swallowed.
Yeah, you have to be raised tough, cause the world don't give a fuck. Makes you with some game to create your own lane. Hand down the baton. Now look what you become. They say it's a marathon. Now run. Like daddy, like daughter. Hit you with the llama. Spitting that lava. Dead body in the water. Y'all don't want like daddy, like daughter. Got pippin' in our DNA. We gon' do it our way. Fuck what a hater say.
Like daddy, like daughter. I was taught as a child how to spot a fake from a mile. Niggas all in my inbox, but tryna keep it cool with my big pops. Niggas always on a sneak tip, but dad, you ain't even got a trick. I be laughing at these counterfeits, cause they can never get this.
Alright, baby girl, you got it under control, but if they get out of line, I'ma shoot him in the asshole. Buck weeks on a nigga, I dare let a nigga hit her.
Hey pops, you know I don't play. I was popping tags at the mall the other day. Seen another jealous hoe from the internet. Bitch tried to step to me, got slapped with the left.
Aha, that's some funny shit. They got my daughter straight twisted. Fuck around and get your wig split. Better keep your distance.
That's right, you know I keep it poppin'. I get the body jumping and I'm always into something. I'm cooler than a peppermint patty. I'm the spitting image of my daddy.
Like daddy, like daughter. Hit you with the llama. Spitting that lava. Dead body in the water. Y'all don't want like daddy, like daughter. Got pippin' in our DNA. We gon' do it our way. Fuck what a hater say.
Like daddy, like daughter.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, y'all. Unsigned Hype Radio. We finally got him up in here, y'all. Y'all thought I was just talking to this and the other. Sometimes sometimes it scares me and shit like that there. But anyway, but they here, you know, you know what I'm saying? As I called him, he was like, man, I'll be there in a minute. It's like, oh, shit, here we go again and everything. But that's all right. We got my man, Mr. Kokane, up in here. The most featured artist in the world.
Oh, yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Man, chilling like Gilligan.
I finally got you here. Finally got you here. Hold on. You know this man get comfortable. This man rode around with me yesterday and slept. All when we was bending corners. And everything. I said, well, that's good. I'm glad he comfortable and everything. Because, you know, brothers don't get in the car with nobody and fall asleep. Because they be like, man, I don't trust this joker's driving. You know what I'm saying? But it's good to have you here, man. I hear you getting an award, bro.
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah, I'm man. Like, wow, got an award. You know
what they giving you an award for, bro?
Most featured artist.
Yes.
That's a blessing, man.
That's
Big
a blessing in itself. Yeah,
you know?
That's a blessing in itself, man. I was listening to your CD, man. Of course, in case if don't nobody know, y'all better go copy. Where can they go cop this at, man?
You can cop it on my personal site.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
Okay.
at Buddy Boy, BUDEBOY, music.com.
Okay.
And also we got our own Buddy Boy digital platform.
Okay.
So
All right.
cut the middleman out.
Cut the middleman out. Hey, that's what Floss. This is what Floss been educating us on. You know what I'm saying? When the last time he was here, he turned us on to the Bitcoin thing. You know what I'm saying? Cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Making sure
you know
we
what I'm
get paid
saying?
out in the cryptocurrency. That
And
way
everything.
We get more money
You know.
on the payout.
I got to holler at you about that.
Yeah. You know what I
I
mean?
can't trust
So,
everybody that do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
This the real deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't.
We wouldn't even be
holler.
explaining it. You know what I'm saying? Because here we of course we educate everybody here on Unsigned Hype Radio Show. You know what I'm saying and everything. I was watching something. Of course, when you listen to Kokane's music, it's going to take you on an eclectic ride. All right, through the 80s, 90s. You know what I'm saying? Kind of bring you up to date, but basically the 80s and 90s. You know what I'm saying and everything. And one thing that I heard from Curtis Mayfield today was dealing with educated fools from uneducated schools. Okay, that's real talk. That's Curtis Mayfield. That's from Dead Presidents and everything. And I was watching that movie just before I came here, and listening to it reminded me of what you put into your music.
Right.
Now, me personally, like I told him when he was riding with me yesterday, it's clean, it's crisp. You can hear the instrumentation, you can hear the work. It's very rare you find CDs, especially cats that's doing things now, that when you can hear the creativity, the originality, and you can hear the work that was put into it. He even told me he had stuff that was on reel to reel.
Absolutely.
That he pulled off and put it on the CD, on the music and everything, and did like that. Man, kind of explain that, because now we getting into that type production, that real production type shit. You know what I'm saying, and everything like that. And you kind of doing it all. You're doing it all right now. There ain't no kind of to it. You are. You're doing it all right now. What is that like? What is that life about?
I mean, it's a blessing. You work at something you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I learned it best, you know what I'm saying, from my father,
Right.
embedded in my DNA.
Yes, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
My sensei right here, Code
Yes.
187.
Yes, of
You know
course.
what I'm saying? You always need,
Mhm.
in this particular business, when you have greatness,
Uh-huh.
sometimes you need people to pull it out of you. So I was
Ah.
blessed enough to have my Phil Jackson.
Got you.
And Hutch right here was my Phil Jackson. And, we come from a musical background.
Yeah.
His father did music.
Right.
Uncle Willie Hutch.
Okay,
So,
right.
It's in us and not on us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And anything that you want to do, just as equally as important as creativity,
Right.
the mixing and mastering.
Yes,
You know what I mean? You
Yes.
want those heavy tones, those
Yes.
warm sounds.
yes.
So we went back, and I didn't want to cheat the crowd.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Because it's easy to get away with digital.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, but we went back in the time capsule and kept that shit real
Yes, you did.
and gave it to the people
Yes,
how it's
you
supposed
did.
to be got.
Yes, you did. One of the things that he says on this CD is that it's watered down. It's watered down. and everything. But hold on, wait a minute. Now y'all see me make this post. Hold on, just a minute. Y'all see me make this post probably 10 minutes before we came on. I'm gonna go over here to this fella because I don't really know if y'all really know who this is sitting next to me. I know who the hell he is and everything like that. But I don't really think they know who you is, bro. So why don't you go on and introduce yourself, man, and let them know, because they don't think we roll like that out here.
Can't tell him that, man.
I've been waiting for you to tell him. I've been waiting for you to tell him.
I'm a lot of things, Coco Comedy Sensei.
Right.
Phil Jackson of the whole situation.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
A lot of people know me as Code 187. A lot of people know me as Big Hutch. Big Chevy Hutch.
The Black Superman.
Black Superman, the Black Godfather,
exactly.
Master Musa.
You know what I'm saying?
The whole top of the upper echelons, royalty.
There it is.
You know what I mean?
There it is.
I'm the creator of G-Funk. I sonically created it. I didn't do it alone. These guys were actually Above the Law and Cocaine were actually the team that played up under that program, like the Lakers and the Bulls played under the Triangle.
Right.
They played under the G-Funk. Which I was the producer that sonically created that, which influenced the Chronic and influenced, all the Warren G stuff.
Gotcha.
And then so on, So I am that guy. I can humbly say it, what I'm saying? I'm very proud of all the things that we've done, and I'm very proud of Coco for continuing on doing what he's doing,
Yes, yes.
We continue to own ourselves, So, I co-wrote for NWA.
Right.
Ghost produced for NWA.
Right.
I was Dr. Dre's apprentice. As understudy.
These are the stories these are the stories that y'all don't get to hear. Right. Yeah. These are this is the information that y'all don't get to hear.
I ran Death Row.
You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? He ran Death Row.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that. These are the stories that y'all don't get
Dr.
to hear.
Dre left NWA and Ruthless Records. I co-ran Ruthless Records along with Eazy-E.
Right.
I was his voice. I was his ear. I was all that. I was his right hand.
Now hold on. He just told me yesterday, Cope just told me yesterday when he got signed to Ruthless.
Yeah.
I never even knew you were signed to Ruthless, bro.
It's 2 albums. Yeah. Who Am I, which was his group, and the only reason why they didn't want to let him and DJ Snow be called Cocaine because they were afraid of the name.
Right.
So we kind of dressed it up. And the second album that we put out, which was an incredible album, it's kind of like when me and Cocaine developed the Sonics or G-Funk.
Okay.
It's kind of like that was a template of it.
Right.
We had just got off of doing Vocally Pimpin' for Above the Law, and we started breaking ground on his first Cocaine album, actually named Cocaine, because we had switched labels, and they gave us the creativity. They gave us the creative autonomy to call him Cocaine and put a Cocaine record out.
Wow.
And that was
really
the critically acclaimed.
Really? All of that paperwork.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
and then from there, that everybody just kind of like started following suit. Because at the same time we ended up doing Black Mafia Life on Above the Law.
Okay.
And then that just kind of took off, and then the whole Sonics took off for us, G-Funk, because we were the only group that was taking hardcore hip hop and putting it into like melody.
Right.
Okay.
And harmony. And everything.
Right.
That's how we developed G-Funk.
Okay.
We didn't really develop, and we only developed G-Funk because we wanted to be different than NWA.
Okay.
NWA was more like a metal sounding group, hardcore.
Yeah.
We were more like slow, funky, but we had the same type of cutthroat lyrics to everything.
Yeah.
And then when me and Cocaine really start digging deep and going into the crates and everything, we start creating more of a funky feel to everything, like deep rooted, really slow and super melodies to it. I think the first record that we did was really breaking ground was that record we did on Miss Kilo, and we did that little skit. That was the template for No Pain No Gain.
Yeah.
That record.
That used to go too.
And then that kind of like took off.
Okay.
And when we finished Funk Up on a Rhyme, that kind of like gave the whole body of everything that we want to do. That along with Black Mafia Life, became the whole blueprint of everything. Dre ended up being influenced by it. He left Death Row. They started Death Row, and then he kind of was so influenced with me as being a young producer up under him. He used a lot of the stuff on the Chronic.
Okay.
A lot of the theories.
A lot of the theories.
That's how I got on the Chronic.
Okay.
So you're right.
See now
that's the whole thing. Like
now everything comes into play.
Yeah.
When you get
the name of G-Funk was named by Ken G.
Yeah.
By accident.
Really?
It was by kind of like an accident. Like, oh yeah, what's that sound? Tupac asked us one time in the studio. We were working on a record called Call It What You Want, which is on the second Above the Law album, Black Mafia Life. And he was like, what's that call your sound? It was like, oh, we just call it G-Funk, gangster funk. And that was it. We really, like with us, the thing you're going to always understand about me, Kokane, KMG, rest in peace, DJ Chaos, like, all of us, like what we really try to do is we just really try to be organic with our music. Okay. We never tried to say like, okay, this is how you're supposed to do music. We just happen to do music in a certain way because our music is a lot of different things, Yeah. His record have tones of reggae, jazz, funk, blues, all kind of things. It, just the same as Above the Law record. It doesn't just have this that sound G-Funk just kind of became synonymous because when a Chronic and what's Warren's record? Regulator record ended up taking off and becoming so big, people started honing that whole sonic as being like the only sound that the West had. But we developed it basically from just being organic. We didn't have a plan to create G-Funk. Wow. We just kind of sat down and just went through, okay, let's do this. Okay, Hutch, drop this beat. Let's sing this over it. Let's say this. Let's break this down. Okay, I'm going to break it down right here. Okay. Because at that time, since you guys have new listeners, at that time in hip hop, it wasn't really about like a formula. Okay. Like now it's a formula. Yes, like honestly, I'm just being real. I'm not saying music is bad, right? But for us back then, it was organic. We didn't really. That's why he can always create because the essence that a Kokane comes from is like he doesn't come from a formulated era. Okay, right. When he was taught how to make records, he wasn't taught from a formulated era. So you can say, oh, he took some analog stuff and made it be like that, but really it's just him exploring music he's actually taught to do. We never were taught to. The great thing about Eazy-E is Eazy-E allowed me and him to do what we wanted to do. No record executive would let us do that in the modern day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a time where we were allowed to do that. So that's how we've came so far. And we 30 years in the game, and we never expected to do nothing but get out the trap house, really, or crack house. That's it. We just was trying to do legal stuff. We weren't in the streets, you know what I'm saying? We was just really trying to be legal. We were young kids in the streets. We just trying to be legal, really. You know what I mean? Wow. And it blossomed to that. Yeah, me and him are musicians. You know what I'm saying? We play, we read music, we do all that. But, when it came to hip hop, we were just trying to get, when I got my deal, I put him under my wing because I knew he was a talented kid. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And it's funny, me and him were good friends, we family, cousins, you know what I'm saying? But musically, we're like, we belong together, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the people that we made records where we grew up with them, like KMG and DJ Chaos, going back, all of them, we grew up from the Sandbox together. We don't, we wasn't like a boy band. I'm not saying like no disrespect to nobody. I'm just saying we wanted to put together. Right. It's organic when we made those records, So,
you can feel that. You can feel that.
Yeah, so
shit.
he doesn't, think about, I'm proud of Kokane for is that he understood it. He got it. You know what I'm saying? He got it. Because it was always like I was the big brother and I was the coach and I was the leader or whatever people want to say. But it's like I'm glad he got it. You know what I mean? One of the few youngsters that I work with that got it, So, it's been
that's a blessing. That's a blessing in itself.
It's a lot, Fat. It's a lot, Joe. It's a lot to me, y'all.
Yeah, and I see because the way you speak on it and everything. Yeah. I was fortunate enough riding with him yesterday to sit in on a conversation with him and Catastrophe. Shout out to Alcoholics. All right, big shout out to the Alcoholics. Big shout out to the Licks. You know what I'm saying?
On that album for this
You know what I'm saying? And we was sitting there. We was all sitting around Taz's place. You know what I'm saying? And phone call came up and it said then we was all talking and everything. And it basically kind of came up kind of like, what about us?
Yeah.
And it didn't hit me till he looked over at me and said the same thing you just said. Yeah. Man, it's a lot to this shit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. He said, it's a lot to this shit that you don't even know about it. I looked at him and I went, huh. Now, at that point in time, they doing this call.
Yeah.
But I could see the look on this man's face when he was like, but yo, check this out. We had a contribution to all what's going on too.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, he right. Yeah, because I remember being in Oklahoma and they was playing, I remember the album cover, the 12-inch album cover, whoever that was, up underwater and this, that, the other, had across it. I remember these cats playing this stuff in the clubs in Oklahoma, Muskogee, Oklahoma. Okay?
Yeah.
backwoods. You know what I mean? And it just kind of hit me like, wow, yeah, what happened to the cats that really made a contribution to this? Are we leaving them out?
Yeah, you are. You know,
are we leaving them out?
I said it in a harsh way, but I'm gonna say yeah, you are. But
yeah,
okay, go ahead.
I was just asking. You know what I'm
saying?
Yeah,
because once it's like anything, cookie cutters, mainstream, they get involved. You know what I mean?
Right.
They forget who actually developed what's going on. And it's kind of up to us to protect that.
Right.
A lot of people in control that don't really know who did nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just know it's popular. You know what I'm saying? Who did nothing?
You know what's crazy is that a lot of people hear my music that I have out now, the songs with me and Daz or me and Superfly or me and Lazy. Okay. And they're asking me how is it my sound is still this, it's new, but it's this West Coast, or you know what I'm saying? What a lot of people don't know is we grew up in the same, like the city right next to each other. I'm from Ontario.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And everything he was saying, music-wise, what they were doing, this is what I was already feeling way back then. What I'm doing now, and shout out to the Deacon, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Deacon.
Is a direct line to Eazy-E.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Like, the reason why my music sounds like it does is because he did what he did, and they do what they do. You know, I didn't have the opportunity earlier on when things were popping. I was around, you know what I mean? But I was more into the streets, and you know, I had, and now here I am, and my opportunity is there, but my music is still that same music. Exactly. It's still in that root of easy, ruthless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's still, it's the cocaine, it's the cocaine and Hutch's G-Funk, the original. It's still in there. That's what I'm presenting, and people don't understand that.
I think when something's authentic, it when something then the effort's even authentic. When the effort's authentic, it's gonna last longer than like past us living. You know what I mean? Because it's authentic. You know what I mean? Like people don't really look at. I hate to use the word formulated because I never had a formula.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
It's all organic.
Gotcha.
Because it's art. I don't really think we ever did art. I don't think art is something that you can say, okay, yeah, you can build a house a certain way. You can put a little program together a certain way. But art is organic. It grows like the earth. Like the earth grows plants.
Exactly.
Or whatever. So
that's right.
So for us, we just did what we felt, to be honest. I mean, I want to tell, me and Koka have conversations all the time. It's like, man, you know what? People look at like what we were doing in that era as being formulated, but all we did is woke up one morning and wrote a song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We went to the studio and laid it down, and that was the end of the day. If it came out like this, then hey, that's what it was, and that's the history of it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
True.
It wasn't. It's not. That's what you kind of look at. You look at art now. You say, okay, why is it so formulated? That don't make it bad. That just make it be like, oh, it's the same old thing. It's just like saying, okay, Doritos are gonna taste this certain way.
Right.
But if you could pick a bag of Doritos up and it tastes different every time, just a little bit, you would love it a little bit more. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the perspective in our era that we made music from, because we didn't let executives, he'll tell you, we didn't let executives tell us how to make music. Never did that.
We got a caller. We got a call on the phone. Yo, this is Unsigned Hype Radio, the podcast. Who is this?
What it do? This is DJ DMD out of H-Town, Texas, calling me, and I want to give I want to talk cocaine and Code 187.
They right here. They right here. What's going on, DMD?
What's happening?
Man, what's up? What's going on, man? Thank y'all for taking this call. Thank y'all for interviewing those two legends, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much. I had to compose myself because those two guys that's in the studio right now, they changed my life, man. Oh. And I wanted them to hear that.
Share that. What do you? How they change your life? How they change your life, man?
Bruh. First of all, salutes to Cocaine and the Code 187. Big hip hop salute, man. I'm from Port Arthur, Texas originally.
All right.
I'm down with Pimp C, Bun B, and UGK
you better
back
say
in the
it,
day.
man.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
my
sir.
man. You better say it.
Yes, sir. Let's get
thrown. We grew up on y'all records.
That's right. That's right.
Appreciate you.
That's right.
Appreciate that, man.
And I wanted to tell y'all just how much y'all's records influenced a brother like Pimp C.
Oh,
We
yeah,
used
no
to
doubt.
sit around. We used to sit around and study your production, Code 187.
Yeah, Pimp told me. Hey, that's my man. Rest in peace. Pimp told me.
Yes,
me and
yes,
Pimp,
sir.
Me and Pimp used to talk all night about production, all night long, just about different stuff, man. That's my guy, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, rest in peace. And then when
Dog,
I ran into
we
Bud, he
learned-
said the same thing. Yeah.
We learned how to make records listening to y'all records.
Oh, wow.
And
man.
cocaine, the funk that you brought in those hooks and on your records, it influenced a guy by the name of Booney Lowe from my hometown so much.
Okay.
We used to want to we used to want to be just like, we wanted to sound and make records just like you, just like y'all, man.
That's incredible.
So
appreciate you, brother.
I wanted to give y'all a big hip hop salute. You guys are legends in Texas. Y'all are legends in Port Arthur. Y'all legends in Houston.
Wow.
And man, it is such an honor just to be on the phone with y'all. So that's all I wanted to say. I love y'all. I love everything that y'all done.
Much love, man.
Much love.
Much love, man.
I'm over here tripping. I'm over here thinking.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? Here on Unsigned Hype, I try and bring y'all the real. I try and bring the real every week. I try and make sure I educate somebody, because it was a time when I was out, and it was a time when I was listening to these brothers in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And everything. I was listening to these brothers. You know what I'm saying? We used to go down to Joe Louis Arena and see these cats perform when NWA was coming and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And the Raising Hell tours and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a fan myself. You know what I'm saying? I had to tell Cocaine yesterday, and I was like, yo, bro, you need anything? You just, and he was like, no. I said, no. It's just the respect.
No doubt.
Of what I heard and what I learned from y'all.
Yeah.
Living in middle class Detroit, Michigan, Rosedale Park, and this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? But I told him my mama had a canary yellow Cadillac.
And it was business.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I told him I used to lean back so far in it, I used to talk out the back window. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
But
just to interject, you know what I'm saying? I like what you just said, you know, and that's what era we was raised from.
That's right.
It's like, I don't care, you know, how big anyone get. You always give respect to the ones and senseis.
Yeah.
You never outshine them.
Right.
Because you can't.
Right.
You always got to go back to the root. You understand? And that's what one thing that I'm hopeful for with the new generation is that they simply have etiquette.
Yeah.
You know, go back. Nobody's not knocking your business. You know, if you're able to get
That's
up out the
incredible.
ghetto,
That bag,
if you're able to get up out the ghetto and get your mama house, you know, but from the era where we came from, you know, we like to reintroduce that etiquette and simple principles. You know what I mean? That's why no matter what, it's like you got to realize this brother right here, my cousin right here, is responsible for bringing me under his wing. He could have said, nah. He could have said, nah, I'm busy
I'm
now,
good. Yeah.
cuzzo. You know what I mean?
Right.
And not every family member you can work with.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So I'm always grateful and pay homage because I wasn't thinking about being the most featured artist in the world on nothing. I was just passionate about doing music. We get up in the morning, head to Audio Achievements. We head to Mark Palladino's Edge Recording Studio. And we was just on so much of an organic movement that it fit more than the OJ glove. It was smooth. It wasn't things wasn't pre-done. It was just flowing like a leaf in the wind where it chooses to blow. You know what I mean? But one thing that we always represented, you know what I mean? We always pay homage to our forefathers. You know, when I bump into George Clinton, or we bump into Bootsy Collins, we say, wow, man, the dynamics that you had on our life was so much of an influence. And that's really tribal at the end of the day. With this generation, and not all the generation, because I'm not going to be, you know, selling everybody up the river. But a lot of times, you know, when we left the love out of it and we left the respect out of it, you know, it became disrespectful.
It did.
So now, you know, as living legends, you know, we got a responsibility first and foremost, take care of our family. And then secondly, not to be preachers, but be more of teachers for those that are willing to listen to it. Because if you respect the past, you always know where you're going in the future.
Exactly.
And it's about striving for longevity, period.
You're right. Yeah. If you know where you came from, You definitely know where you're going, and if you know where you're going, you know where you've been.
Yeah.
You know where you've been, then you know where you're at.
Well, there's no industry. There's no industry if we didn't do what we did. You know, I always say this to people. I said, you know, and I'm not saying this because I was there.
Mm-hmm.
If we say, let's take Eazy-E out, this never happens. NWA don't never happen. Straight Outta Compton don't never happen. You don't have the Above the Laws, the Cocaines, the Chronic, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Aftermath Records. All of it happened at Death Row.
Yeah,
Nate
DOC,
Dogg.
all of that.
You don't have, listen, all the way up to a Kendrick Lamar. I'm sorry. That's if you take that one single move out of the music industry.
Right.
And here's a step further. You don't have the influence of a person saying, hey, we're going to talk about Compton. Now everybody starts talking about their borough and their projects and how hard it is. You don't have that because that wasn't hip hop at that time.
Right.
Sorry, just like my man said in Port Arthur, that wasn't in the play.
Right.
Until people like us came along.
Yeah,
so when you're talking about hip hop and you know, influence, that whole move, that whole single move influenced all of hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
How the music changed and everything. Now we don't get up in the morning and say, man, do you know we changed music. We created a sound that changed music. No, because guess what we was getting up in the morning doing? Writing songs.
Right.
Moving along.
Right.
Blowing like a leaf in the wind, like you said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's why you got to pay homage to it, because there is no industry without people like us. I'm not bragging about it. I'm saying this is history.
Yeah.
There's no bragging. This is history.
But I mean, the facts
I'm
is
not
facts.
mad at anyone. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Facts is facts.
I'm just being real. 100. I'm not. It's no problem here.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Just like
real talk. Just
you know,
like I said.
Just take that single move out, and then you don't have Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right.
You don't have none of these things.
You wouldn't have me. I wouldn't have a song with none of the DPGs.
Yeah, you don't have the Dog Pound. You don't have no. Let's just take that move out of the industry. Let's just take that one. You don't have the Black Eyed Peas. You don't have.
Which was the Ad Band
Clan. You don't have these things. I'm sorry. I know.
Wait a minute. Which was who?
Black
the
Eyed
Ad
Peas.
Band.
They were signed to Ruthless. Ad Band
Clan.
Clan.
They were called the Ad Band Clan. You don't have these moves. I'm telling you, the play that was put down with Ruthless Records, what Eazy-E done. If you take that play out of the music industry, you don't have any of that. We're a part of the original fold.
Okay, wait a minute. See,
so
y'all just,
when
y'all
you
just
start
threw
talking
a whole
about,
totally different.
so when you start talking about, like interjecting with what Cocaine was saying, paying homage, you're supposed to do that because you don't have the industry that you actually following. Whoever you is, little shoestring, little toenail, whoever you is, you don't have the industry that you in. No disrespect to these people.
Right, no.
But you don't have these platforms. You don't have them.
No.
You don't have them. So when you shoo up Tupac, when you shoo all these people, think about what they did, because hip hop wasn't like it is now. They weren't giving shoe contracts and liquor deals, and no, they was like, here go $50 and do this song, and hopefully people might like you in Oklahoma somewhere in a deep shack.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? And then if they like you like that, then hey, we might give you an actual record deal.
Right.
Okay.
You're right.
That's not.
You're right.
But now it's like, oh, I got 1 million followers. Okay, but who knows you? You know, and that's no disrespect to nobody.
No, that's
I'm
not.
just saying.
That's
but
not.
the reason why you have that opportunity is because we're the ones who had to go to domino parties and rock and impress people to go and buy a record off the shelves physically, not look at something and stream and I don't like that shit. Get out of here.
Right.
We didn't have that opportunity. If they ain't like your shit, it sat on the shelf and collected dust. Okay?
Wow, that's
We
true.
didn't have the opportunity to fabricate numbers. We didn't have those opportunities. So that's why you supposed to always pay homage to somebody that gives you the opportunity to actually do that.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
To give you this smooth transition that you have, because we labor for everything.
Yes,
I'm just saying 100. I ain't people like, you know, you get to talking like this, you a bitter old rapper. No, I've been around the world and done fucked some of the baddest bitches and made a whole bunch of money from it. Ain't nothing bitter about this. Okay?
Exactly.
All right?
Right.
Understand that first.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
But what do you guys think about that? Because they've interviewed some of these younger artists.
Right.
And they don't respect, and in anything else, like we talk about the NBA, they respect the people that came
because
before
they
them.
know what built the NBA.
So how come hip hop doesn't? How come these young hip hop heads don't know? And how come they don't try to educate themselves?
Hip hop doesn't educate anyone. Hip hop doesn't educate anybody who's done something.
Why is that though?
The economics and the actual socialism of it is our era. A lot of just because we're still sitting here, we're all about the same age
Yeah.
brackets.
Absolutely.
Okay. The reason, the fact that we're still all sitting here is amazing.
Yeah.
Because our age bracket in this era of music he's talking about, a lot of the cats are RIP. They didn't make it, or they went to prison forever, which left these young cats that are coming out now without father figures or OGs or big homies to tell them, look, little homie, that ain't how we do it. It don't pop like that.
Which is fine. And I want to say something about just exactly what you said, my man. You can research how to put a carburetor on a Lamborghini.
That's true.
You can research us.
That's true. Yeah.
You can research what we done.
You can Google these
You
guys.
can research everything that happened in the industry that you get in. Think about ball players. Ball players respect it because most of them, they have respect for the game.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of these rappers that actually get hooked up don't have any respect for the game. It's kind of like cocaine. We have respect for the George Clintons, the Willie Hutchins, the Isaac Hayes, the Curtis Mayfields. We have respect for these people. We have respect for those people.
I think,
and I'm just being real, and that's just that's the way I think it is. No respect.
I think, man, this
game.
When we was coming in the game, struggle was good for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it's ready-made easy.
Yeah.
The internet is like on steroids.
Okay.
And it moved away from the authenticity of music.
Okay.
And subject matter and substance.
Okay.
To gossip.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Okay, so let me pose this question. This is what I usually do.
It's like the whole
when I'm
game
sitting
is
here.
of live TV.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's right.
So
that's no knock on Vlad, but you're right.
So do y'all feel? So do
Hey,
y'all
get your
feel
money.
that the internet has made today's up and coming artists more lazier in the game towards music? Because now I can just turn over and press a button.
I just think they have the false perception of, and not all, of success.
Okay.
And everybody want to be a 3-pop instead of striving for longevity.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you look at cats and you have some of these youngsters, not all, but a lot of these youngsters out here, you this and that. But wait a minute, man. Why you trying to be 3-pop? You know what I'm saying? It's not based upon your money, because you can have a nigga in your circle that is acting like Tupac in a movie and Juice.
Yeah.
That's in a movie. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the things that have substance in it is longevity.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
Is the right attitude, because your attitude determine your altitude and determine your longevity.
That's true.
Right.
We had the formula down to not turn our nose away from the youngsters, but when you come in the door, and like we came in the door, we had the right motherfucking attitude.
Yeah, that's right.
You understand? And now these kids is getting this money and doing this and doing that. It takes the struggle out of it.
I'm gonna tell you something.
You can't do that.
I was in the studio with Dr. Dre working on the Compton soundtrack. A young guy came in, didn't really know this guy really too much, and now I see why he's so successful. Guy came in, he's listening, he's vibing with us. We working on the records, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So we stopped the tape. He's like, yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, man. I'm just honored to be in the studio with you guys, man. Like, this is incredible, man. It's like a lifelong dream, man, of mine, man. I don't understand it, man. I feel like I feel so wonderful and so great. That kid happened to be Nipsey Hussle.
Wow.
That's why Nipsey Hussle was so successful.
Yeah.
Because he understood about the honor of the people who laid the ground, and that's what he put integrity into his music.
Yeah.
He was one of the young guys that, because when we met him, you could tell how he was. Like, you could just actually tell this dude's super humble. This dude got super respect.
Yes.
It's not like some young guys, little shoestring, little backpack, whoever they are.
Right.
Oh, I'm the shit. I got a $100,000 gold chain on. I got a million followers. Like, okay, and what does that mean? How many fans do you really have that they're gonna get up here and say you changed their life? Not too many. You know what I mean?
And plus, it's a lot of shit got to do with what they choose to do. On a square time or whatever.
Yeah, and
Nipsey wasn't on no opioids.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is an opioid type of generation.
And I say that, and I say that when you have respect, and I say that to go on what I was saying about respect for the game. He has so much respect for the game. Like my man said, that's why athletes flourish like they flourish, and that's why I feel like he flourished, like, because he could tell he had respect for the game that was laid before him. Kendrick, another person like the same way. He has super respect for what was there before. Game, the same way. That's why they blew up so much. If a lot of these younger guys that come into the fold will respect that, they will go a little further. Like you said, you can't act like Tupac. You got to actually sit down with people who got down with Tupac.
Down with Tupac. Right. Exactly.
You can't re-emulate what he did. You got to get with people who actually did it. You know what I'm
so
saying?
then that goes back to my question, my topic for this evening. Is there? I mean, is there any? Damn, what the fuck was the word? Any originality?
Yes, it
left in the music industry.
Yes,
Sometimes I go,
absolutely.
I draw a blank. That's the
absolutely, it's
mental
originality left in the music game. You got J. Cole, you got Kendrick. I just said some people, Nipsey. All those guys are original. You know what I'm saying? Even when you look at Travis Scott, it's a little weird on the side of what you know. Well, but it's him. You know what I'm saying? It's authentically him. You know what I'm saying? It's not atypically. Okay, say he's from Houston, right? He doesn't sound like a Scarface. He doesn't. So it's him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I say, I'll tell you something. What's really crazy, and you know, we're gonna tell the truth. When Bone Thugs and Harmony came to Ruthless Records, Easy sat with me, said, "These guys came out here. They from Cleveland, man. You know, all right, man. They do this, they do that." I'm like, yeah, it's cool. So he played a couple things for me. Like, the guys are singing and they rapping. I'm like, you sure it's gonna work? He's like, hey man, why not? Let's try it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
They were so different and so left, and then we left the Ab-Band Clan. All these dudes were so different and so left. You know what I'm saying? But they were authentic to what they done. They didn't want to be knockoffs of NWA or Above the Law or Cocaine. They did them. And that's the thing about when you say about creativity, originality. Yes, it is. Is it watered down a little bit like my man Coca said? Yes, it is.
It is. Yeah, it is.
It is because it's formulated.
Yes.
A lot of these things are formulated. The minute that someone comes up with some kind of new theory, a new idea, everyone jumps on it. It wasn't like that when we was coming up. You stayed in your own lane. RZA produced a certain way. I produced a certain way. Dre produced a certain way. This producer produced a certain way. You know, and then now everything is who did the beat. When we was coming up, hey man, if you know how to hit the drum and do what you got to do, you the beat man.
You the beat man.
That's
it. That's right.
Wasn't no mustard on the beat. That's why people, when they're running to me like, oh, you produce Above the Law, Cocaine, and NWA, and it, because it was no mustard on the beat. No one was saying, and I love Mustard. Big shout to Mustard. He, you know, he's a part of the new West Coast.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? With a little twist of the old stuff.
DJ
you know, he
Mustard.
funk like us. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I wasn't a producer that was able to, like, if a Cocaine record came on, I couldn't say 187 on the beat, and then Coca started rapping. It was about the artists.
Yes, it was. It was about the artists.
Cocaine's record. It's not mine.
Right.
I'm the guy behind it.
Right.
That's it. You read the liner notes.
Tag niggas.
Right.
Yeah. You read the liner notes.
Tag off,
you get it.
nigga.
Yeah, man. It wasn't about that, man.
Little Oreo cookie.
That's what the formulated part. See, you see
here.
corporate. See, now you see corporate sneaking in when they always got to put mustard on the beat and such is on the beat. That's like a Doritos commercial, y'all. That's what corporate does. Let them know who did it, because that's who we want to get. His fans to buy it. We don't want the artists. We don't want to lose no opportunity to sell this stuff. You know, Pimp C produced UGK. It never was Pimp C on the beat, and then Bun B started rapping. It wasn't like that.
Wasn't like that.
But you think about being a little
Kenny
bit.
McLeod, and DJ DJ Silk did Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right. Yeah.
They wasn't it wasn't them. They didn't punch their name. They sold hundreds of millions of records.
Wasn't no DJ Quick.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
DJ Quick did his record.
He had
DJ
a
Quick
lot of
gotta drop
production
it.
out
It
there.
wasn't all that, all this tagging and stuff. That's what you let you know that it's formulated. That's what I'm talking about when it's formulated. It's not organic no more. You taking the organic stuff out like, damn, who did that beat, man? That record hard, man. Who did that?
But back then, too, we had the CD. We could open the credits, and we could read that. So is now that kind of their liner notes?
This is the liner notes. This is the liner notes. This right here.
Yeah, I feel that.
This is. I'm gonna go look who did that beat for.
It was fun looking on them records, man.
Yeah, well,
that was incredible.
I love the new generation. Don't get this twisted. We all telling you we love you.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying?
We love them.
It was fun reading those records, listening to those analog sounds.
That's right.
Right.
Digital, this gossip shit, nothing compares to it.
It don't.
Now, I ain't knocking y'all hustle or none of that, but go back to what made the greats.
Make the music.
Make the music great.
Make the music. Stop being so
Ask your
formulated.
engineer about an ADAT tape.
Just make the music. It don't matter what it's on. Just make the music. We do digital. Me and Cocaine just did a whole total digital record, and you won't even know it's analog. We got a new band we got called AOGF coming out. We just did a whole record. You wouldn't even know that it's digital. I did it all digital, but I use analog sounds through a digital format.
Okay.
Sound like that's playing.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right. Yeah, that's what it's. Yeah, that's what I thought about it.
We don't play, man. We don't play. We do this. We do this. I don't put nothing on nothing. When it comes to music, you want me to paint your house? I can't do it. I call this man to paint your house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he can build them from the ground up.
Okay.
You want to do music? You want to talk about music? I don't care what. I don't care where we at. Yeah. We gonna do music, man. It's gonna be organic. It ain't gonna be contrived like these dudes. I'm gonna lay back. It don't matter who did it. You know what I mean? Because I think that's a cheap way. And I'm being honest.
Okay.
I think that's a cheap way to sell somebody on something that they might not like. And you gotta have heart in this, man.
Yeah.
You gotta have heart. You gotta have soul in this, man. You gotta let it. That's why they're missing the experience. They're missing the experience.
He told, we was at the store. I had to take him to the store. He wanted some fish last night. So I had to take him by the grocery store. And a guy, the security guard went, is that who I think it is? And he turned around and he went, who is it? And he said, you KOKANE, ain't it? He said, yeah. First thing he said was about his music.
Right.
He was like, man, your music, man, the licks that y'all was playing and this, that, and the other and everything like that there.
Right.
He was sold.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he was sold from back then. So, of course, everybody's needing this.
They need it.
It's like food for the soul.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was telling him. I said, man, that's yo, CD, like food for the soul. You taking me back down some lanes and this, that, and the other. You're bringing up some old stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it ain't over.
Which is new.
I know. I already know.
Which is new. See, what we try to always do is if we wake up, we try to create. Because that's what we're here to do. We're not here to be like, oh, it's 1999 again. We like, okay, it's 2019, man. Let's go. You know what I mean? That's what it's about, yo. It ain't about nothing else. We're creating. We here to create, man.
Well, I knew you was coming. You got Mr. Superman pulled up.
You got to do it.
You know what I'm saying? We got to do it like this. You know what I'm saying? Look, we on Unsigned Hype Radio, the podcast. I told y'all I do live shows. Ain't no telling what's liable to go on my show and everything like that. My man Hutchinson came in. My man John Floston came in. We got two people in the back. That's it.
Everybody's in the
back. That's up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Asthmatic.
I know one of the young ladies, an up and coming singer. And I know she doing some things and working on some projects and stuff like that there and stuff. See, I listen. I listen.
Please pay attention, because the only thing that's gonna be free.
And that's one thing we gonna come back when we come back from this song. We gonna talk about the grind and paying attention. Okay,
that's free.
Yeah, but some people can't even pay attention long enough to even get the freebie. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Let's go with my man Black Superman here on Unsigned Hype Radio.
I hit the loot juice. Pulls up in the deuce. He gives me the scoop about the fake ass truths and how niggas out there wanna play. I take another hit of the wet and then I blast away. How far, player? Far enough to go off the edge. I push another nigga off the ledge, so I stumble as I slide to the Chevy. Yeah, my eyes kinda teary and gun kinda heavy. I'm a walking dead man is what they call me when I'm coming. Got the big S on my chest, so I'm kinda gunning high powered on my way to the west side to check up on some chickens. It's a hell of a drive, so drive on. As I hit my dodo stick to the break of dawn. Crime fighting's what I do, and niggas in my crew don't take lightly to you busters, and so we say fuck you, then buck you, tuck you in for the night as you think about the paper at the funeral site. So when I'm hanging with the clique and we in demand, I feel good that the city of angels call me Black Superman.
Flossing, tossing, dipping and tripping, you know what I'm saying?
Hey Hutch, man, they just made it your mama house, man. I don't know what they got, 'cause I'm broke, man. They looking for us, man. Call me over Peach's house, man.
Now it was once said by an old low G. Always trying to come up, yeah, and that's a key. 'Cause where I'm from, it's like a curse. 'Cause see, once in a lifetime,
I guess it got to me the same. So at the age of 15, I entered the dope game. I had my game locked up tight. In the day I went to school, but I clocked all night. And when I went to class, I always fell asleep. But I was out like a motherfucker. If somebody beat, my teacher say, boy, can't they wait? I said, no, I got to put some more icing on my cake. I think I saved about 50 G's. I bought a truck, a house, and a coupe on D's. Mom's is tripping, but she really don't know. All I'm thinking, if she ain't on the county, don't know. Before my mama fuck with the county again, I'd rather take the risk of doing 5 to 10. I'm not taking a check, I'm straight making the checks. So now we deserve to get what we wanna get. I got my mama up out of there, because y'all motherfuckers just don't care. You really wanna know why I so scum? Because my mama to me comes number one. Now you sucker motherfuckers don't understand, but to my mama, I'm her real black Superman.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, y'all. This is Unsigned High Radio. If y'all trying to call in, man, hit us up at 702-608-3259. That's 702-608-3259. You know what I'm saying? We sitting here with my man KOKANE and my man Big Hutch. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Y'all already know, man. Above the law. You know what I'm saying? Code 187. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be surprised where I meet these cats at. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is this, and this is why, you know, when I finally met KOKANE, and so KOKANE walked up and was like, "Hey, you all right?" Because he caught me sleeping in my front seat and shit.
Oh, shit.
Been up all night and everything. But it was an honor, and I told him, I said, "Man, you just gave me confirmation. You just gave me confirmation." Because I remember the day when I asked the good Lord, let me get in this game and be able to interview KOKANE. Let me get in this game and be able to interview Above the Law and everything. And my opportunities came up and I grabbed them. You know what I'm saying? I seized the moment. But the respect is there because I know where they came from. I know how they changed my mind when I was listening to that music driving in my mama's Cadillac. And everything, you know what I'm saying, and everything with the diamonds in the back and the sunroof top, you know what I'm saying, things like that. That's the era that I come from, you know what I mean? And to have these two cats, all three of them sitting here,
I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing in itself, you know what I'm saying? So the one thing that I used to tell cats, you know, I'm from the East, I'm from the D. 313,
D, man.
Okay,
now my second home, man.
You know now,
D, man.
We knew how to hustle, and y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? We knew how to hustle. Y'all see what happened to White Boy Rick. We knew how to hustle. Shout out to White Boy Rick. That's my homie. That's my homie. We went to school together and everything. We knew how to hustle, but we didn't know how to grind 24/7.
Gotta know how to grind.
365. So until I moved to the West, is when I was talking about, ooh, it's 11 o'clock. They was looking at me talking about, what? It's 11 o'clock. Player. They ain't even came out yet. It ain't started popping yet. Just like Richard Pryor say, we go pitch a bitch at 11:30.
Yep.
Wait until 11:30. What y'all waiting around for? 11:30. We're gonna raise a motherfucker at 11:30, and I would be, hey, 11:30 would be on and popping. You think you trapping? Get out here when they knocking all night long, and you just sit by the door, just you just open up the door and stick your head out here. Close the door back. Grind 24/7. They taught me how to do that in this music game. All right. So I'm very grateful to all three of these cats. Everybody that they came before me. All that Death Row, Chronic, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E. I had all of them. I had all of those cassette tapes. I'm not gonna say CDs because back then it was cassette tapes.
Right.
I still had my 100 miles and running. All right?
8 tracks.
You know what I'm saying? 8 tracks, exactly. Back then, you know what I'm saying? And everything. So listen, I know you guys got to get up out of here real soon. Listen, man, y'all sum this game up. What are, and I'm gonna help y'all out. What is the music missing these days? Is it missing the substance? Is it missing the hunger? Or is it missing all of the above?
All the above.
Oh, you feel all the above? What you feel?
I think it's a combination of all of that. I think that because I think when you don't take an organic approach, you lose all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You lose all those elements that you're talking about.
Right.
You have to take the organic approach. I think it doesn't have that anymore. I think these guys listen to A&R people or they listen to trends and make records.
Okay.
And that's it. They're great. A lot of the records are great. I'm entertained by them.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel we're losing? Missing. Do you feel we're losing our creativity as artists? That's
yes,
unsigned
I do, because
artists.
when you follow A&Rs and trends, then you totally not being creative. Honestly, yeah. You don't follow.
And we was never.
Yeah, you don't
followers,
do
man.
You don't do that. That's how you build an industry. You don't build an industry off. If you say you build, say you cook.
Mm-hmm.
Your food can't taste like Wolfgang Pup. It gotta taste like what
like
you do.
what
It's gotta
you
be
right.
organic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's it. You're right. Yeah. I mean, when all the food tastes like Wolfgang Pup, that's being honest. It doesn't mean that it don't taste good. It just means that it's not.
Wow.
It doesn't. The game can't grow. I mean,
not original.
And the thing about this, man, and I don't want to get deep with people like when you're making music, it comes from an organic spiritual sense.
Right.
It's supposed to evolve.
Yes, that's true.
It's not supposed to stay stagnant. It's not supposed to stay. Supposed to grow.
Right.
Yeah. That's
but
art.
Grow.
We're talking about art. We're talking about
but
art.
Grow when it evolves. It's not supposed to evolve and
and
mutate.
stay there. Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
You
feel
know what I'm saying? It's supposed to grow.
So that's why you need to come, like Coca said, it's a combination of, it's all of those things. You need all those things, but it has to come from an organic base. Some guys have it. Some guys, and then they try to put themselves in the box of what's going on. But
you just said it.
Yeah. Some
guys have it.
And that's always been the game.
When is the last time you've met an artist that had that it factor besides him or him?
Nobody
that
lately.
It factor,
Nobody
you remember?
lately.
But you know what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about. You gotta have, because back in the day when we was coming up, you had to have that it factor.
Absolutely.
People would do shit like, well, we would go to the joint and be like, yo, man, I got a whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop to do. They'll go, for real? Okay, then here go the microphone. After this song over,
you on.
we go, you on. And you would be like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? They would call your bluff. They would put on a track. If they didn't have a track, you had somebody back there beatboxing. Like he said, it wasn't about the beat. It was about your flotation. It was about
something. I've watched like Dougie. I'm friends with Dougie Fresh.
Right.
But I watched Dougie Fresh perform since I was in high school.
Right.
You know what I mean? Still the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
30 years later, 34 years
Yes.
later. Chuck,
Yeah.
I know Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
30, 40 years later. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's incredible, man. And the thing about it is I seen them command the crowd still to this day.
Right.
30 years later.
Right.
30, 40 years later. Just like, man, this man do well, we're from that. So if you don't have that, like, we hope these guys have careers like that. I hope they do. I don't wish anything bad on anyone. I'm just saying, like, where we come from those three elements that you just said. And if you don't have them, you're not gonna last too long. If you're following trends and likes and all that stuff, you're not gonna have a long career.
No,
when the trend is over, that you're over.
Right.
So
how you gonna have a hit single, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're on all these stations, and then you go show up at the halftime at the NBA or whatever, and you can't even rap along with your song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a performance.
You already see these guys now honing in on their craft, and like I said,
what I'm saying, how can you?
If you're Unsigned Hype, your show, right? Okay, so guys out there, honing your craft. Don't use technology as a tool.
Thank you.
Do not use it as a tool to be lazy.
Right.
Because y'all didn't have, when y'all was doing shows and coming to Cobo Arena, all y'all had was the instrumental
And the DJ.
and the microphone,
Yeah.
and y'all had to have the ear to hear the DJ when he cut
That's right.
or scratched to where you knew that was that second guy's verse,
Oh,
or
yeah.
this, that, the other, because he's cutting up the
And
damn record.
our fans back then, I love our fans from back then. You know why? Because our fans wouldn't let you out the building. If you had a whack show, you know about that.
Yeah, that's true.
You ain't coming
That's
to
true.
Detroit and not rocking the house. Yeah, man,
That's
this dude's,
true. That's true. That's
I paid
true.
all this
They'll
money.
throw tomatoes at you.
Exactly, man. For real.
That's true.
You put like that. You could just put your mic out there and they sing
They
all your
sing all
songs.
your-
Like I paid $100 for that.
Exactly.
Our fans didn't care, man. They didn't.
Yeah.
If you sounded like somebody, he a biter. I ain't buying this
I ain't
stuff.
buying this shit.
Right. Oh, he sound like Tupac. I ain't buying this. Oh, he sound like them. I ain't buying that. That's why I love the fans. I love the fans from that era so much, man.
Yeah.
Oh my
it was
God,
about the
they call
performances.
You had to have
your
bars,
A game.
all that.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to have
kept
crowd
your game
participation.
A. People, and we never talk about that. To be harsh on the new generation is kind of bad because the thing about it is that I think that our game was so on point because it wasn't because of our colleagues. It's because the fans demanded so much.
That's true.
You couldn't just be a rapper. You had to be that guy.
That guy. You had to
when
be
it was
that
your
BMOP.
moment, you had to be that guy.
Like that man up there. Yeah. That man up there told me, man, do that shit.
Yeah, you have to
Don't
be that
be
guy.
ashamed of your size.
That's right.
God rest the Heavy D.
That's
you know
right,
what I'm
Heavy
saying?
D, my
Don't
man,
be ashamed of your size. Because I remember when I was getting in the game, it was my big fella. It was the big pun syndrome.
Biggie, man. Look,
you know
I remember
saying?
Biggie came to the game. Biggie wasn't, like I said, Biggie wasn't the most nice looking guy in the world. He didn't have the skill set he had.
Right.
But he was super talented. He was the total opposite of an LL or a Tupac.
Okay.
Those guys were sex symbols.
Okay.
Basically.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
In that era, you know.
Right.
Same with Heavy. Heavy was,
Right.
but these guys brought it. The audience demanded that.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
So
yes.
Much
I don't think the audience demand that out of artists
they don't
anymore like they used to.
And that's what I mean. You
know what I'm saying?
You have to, in order for you to have that A game edge, you have to. I don't think you have to demand more. I just think the artist has to give more. You know what I mean? And then once the bar is set up there from all these different artists, because they set the bar high for us. When we came into the game, it was a lot of great MCs. From Rakim to Big Daddy Kane to to DOC to Ice Cube to MC Ren to all these guys, Chuck D's and all that. Like, so when we started making records, we knew we had to make the right records. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The bar was high. Now it's like, okay, you can auto-tune 80% of your record and you good. If a chick like it in Texas and all our homegirls, then you straight. They gonna tweet it, chat it, whatever they do. I don't know. You know what I mean? But you had to really have a skill set because the bar was so high for us.
Right. So listen, man, I know you got a performance going on tonight and this, that, and the other, man. Where you performing at tonight, bro?
We'll be doing the Soul Central Awards show. Big ups to Mark Rowe, Nick Payne, everybody, all the staff.
Shout out to everybody, right?
Yes, sir. Give me the Most Featured Artist Award. So me and Hush gonna do a little something. Thank
all
you,
right, man. All right. Yeah. I see they talk about the pool party and everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Lawrence Wade. Shout out to everybody that's in the watch party and everything like that. Of course, my man Jay Chill. You know what I'm saying? My man, Poetic Williams. We got a lot of people. Dan Tanner's up in there. Lawrence Wade is in there. Dan Tanner's already in there. Antonio Smith, Coach Pye, OJ Johnson. We got the ATL in here. Tracy Davis. We got the ATL in here. We got everybody all over. You know what I'm saying? And everything. We even got London in the house, Nigeria in the house. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, last words, because I know y'all got to get up out of here in a little bit. If an artist walked up to you, both of y'all, all three of y'all, and went, man, I'm trying to do the same thing y'all doing, man. I want to walk in y'all footsteps. What would be the advice that you give them? Start with you, Coke.
Stay original. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Don't. It's cool to be inspired by people. But at the same time, all sperm cells don't get to the egg. Is you the sperm cell to get to the egg, or you with the rest of the squiggly wiggly? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's cool to be inspired, but at the same time, have your own uniqueness. You know what I mean? Okay. Step out of the crowd and be different.
Okay. John?
I think I would tell somebody up and coming, have vision. Believe in your dreams, visualize your dreams, and don't stop. Don't let nobody else direct you away from that vision or your dreams. You know what I'm saying? If you do things from the heart, or from the hood and the heart, it's going to be all good. You just got to follow that path.
187.
Yeah, I would say always do things in a fashion of the way you look at things, the way you interpret life. Put it out there and be fearless. Don't let anybody lead you and put you in an uncomfortable position, because it's art and it's your depiction of how you see the world. It's not anything else, And that's dressed up to when you tell people the most cliche thing in the world is do you.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That is true. That is so very, 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 very true. Well, listen, man, I've been having a ball. You know, of course, y'all know I enjoy my show because I get people like John Floss, I get people like KOKANE, and of course, my man Cole 187. You know what I'm saying? They come by, they stop by, they visit, they kick it with me. We sit back and we honestly sit back and we talk as men.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, and that's one thing that we need to start doing more as men. Instead of when we go to the cigar bar, instead of smoking cigars, let's smoke a cigar. Let's talk about the shit that's really going on.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Instead of smoking cigars and talking that bullshit, let's talk about something prevalent and irrelevant.
Yeah.
That I need.
I agree.
Because they didn't help me out today, telling me history that I didn't know about.
Right.
Now I got a better picture, a better understanding of it. You know what I mean? And stuff. That's what they old saying you say. And we're going to close it out from here. You want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, I've said that several times, several shows. Talking to these brothers make me realize, wow, okay, need to start doing more of your research. Need to start doing more of your hip-hop research. When these cats come and y'all interview these cats, Google who the hell you about to interview. Right. Even John Floss. Google who, even me. Google my ass and see how much unsigned hype pop up and this, that, and the other, and how many shows we done, how many times he done brung Lazy Bone, how many times they done called into my show as before Bone Thug step on stage and give me a 5-minute interview. Mm-hmm. That's love right there. You know what I'm saying? And I will never ride against that. I'll always be loyal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because loyalty pays.
Right.
Be a man of your word.
Right.
If you can't be a man of your word, my daddy told me, if you can't be a man of your word, you ain't shit. You ain't got shit. That's what my daddy told me.
Right. Sure, you're right.
I sold him a bottle of R&R one day, and I told him, I was like, yo, let me get some money and this, that, and the other. He said, okay, then you gonna pay me back? I said, yeah, Dad, I'm gonna pay him back. My daddy called me 2 weeks later. Said, where my money? I was like, yeah, Dad, I got you. He said, you know what? Let me tell you something, boy. If you can't keep your word with me, you can't keep your word with anybody.
Right.
And if you can't keep your word as a man, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
That crushed me. That crushed me because my daddy turned his back and walked off from me like I was a man off the street. That crushed me. I went and got his money real quick and made that shit right. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you got to go get shit real quick and make that shit right because you never know who you might be talking to. You never know who you may be standing next to. Be careful who you're talking to because you could be talking to one of these OGs. You know what I'm saying? And in this game, it's about respect. So listen, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in here, man, kicking it with your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you having us.
I think we down to the last minutes and everything like that.
Yeah.
So listen, y'all. We gonna, they got to get up out of here. So I tell you what, we gonna get up out of here with, let's go with I'm So Hood and everything. Of my man, KOKANE.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? John Floss.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Cole 187. You know what I'm saying? And my guest in the background, thank y'all for coming. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a little bit on here because I know she got some music coming up and everything. Come here, sweetie. Introduce yourself real quick. I ain't had you come all the way down here for nothing and everything. Introduce yourself real quick. Here we go, right here.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Jazzy.
Jazzy.
Just came out to support big homie KOKANE.
Exactly. Thank you, Jazzy. You know what I'm saying? Don't you got something coming up?
Yes, and also this is my big homie too, right?
Okay. So she got some music coming out, y'all. Y'all know I'm always plugged in.
Yeah.
I need to change my name to the plug. What you about to say? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Don't forget Fire, John Floss, produced by HC the Chemist.
Okay.
Legends. Me, the Deacon of the Church,
Deacon,
and Lazy Bone.
Shout out to the Deacon.
All out right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Deacon.
I just got Bumpy Face from Deacon.
Oh yeah, we did that at the house.
Really?
Okay. I like that record.
All right. Well, listen, y'all. Unsigned Hype Radio, y'all, downtown. We the hell up out of here. I've had a great time. I'ma see y'all next month. All right? All right, then, y'all. Peace. What's up? We out.
Gangsters and riders that's pushing their lane. Don't fuck with no snitches. Don't fuck with no lame. These niggas be acting like they from a gang. Talk all that shit, but back down from a fade. Oh no, I'ma always keep it G.
when I'm on these streets. Stay about my cheese. Oh no, I'ma always pack my steel. Always keep it real. So fuck how you feel. I'm so hood. Hooded than before. Got you on my. I'm so hood. Hooded than before. Got you on more. You cannot turn a hoe into a wife. You claim that you got hoes, but not about that life. And niggas be acting like they got some stripes, but gangsters they pull up when it's on side. Oh no, you know you is a mark from Jellystone Park. You ain't never had no heart. Oh no, get rolled up off the yard, but try to act so hard. And you know I'll pull your car. I'm so hood. Hooded than before. Got you on my. I'm so hood. Hooded than before. Got you on my. Still riding Lolos, big body photos, block letters written on the bottom of the photo. I look up in the sky when I strike a cheap pose. I'm a local nigga stepping in my Romeo. At the backyard boogie full of hood rats, and my niggas on the side of the house shooting craps. I'm with it in a motherfucker. Stumbled to the car, took off and start burning rubber. I'm so hood, I'm so grimy. Khaki shooter fitted with the fresh cut string. West Coast G stay giving it up. I make a bitch nigga leave like he's shitting in Starbucks. Shout out to all the hoods to keep the shit gangsters. Niggas to walk yard, pull shanks to shank ya. I ain't never been a square. I'm from Pomona, California, not Delaware. I'm so hood. Hooder than before. Got you on my. I'm so hood. Hooder than before. Got you on more.
Thank you.